start recording. Okay, so me and my sister went upstairs to our bookshelf to find a book on why are you making that face? A book on how to knit. I found the book on how to knit, but we also found a bunch of books that we were obsessed with as children, and we were like, oh my god, it is so exciting. So we decided we would start taking videos of us reading our favorite books when we were children, and we hope that it'll maybe explain to you guys why we're so weird. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna read a book called Donkey Donkey. The cover's gone, but that's what it's called. Here's like the front cover. This is my uncle. It was his book when he was in 1969. This was my uncle's book. Alright. So then you open it, and then there's this horse. He's beautiful. Donkey Donkey by Roger Devoisin. Okay. So I'm covering your face. I don't know how else to do this. Donkey Donkey was a nice little donkey. His ears were just long enough. His belly was white and round as a ball. Donkey Donkey had many very dear friends. Here are some of them. They're right here. I think it's the pig and the hen and the cow. Here are some others. There's the other friends, guys. Pit and Pat, the horses, and Hector the dog were also his friends. There's Pit and Pat, the horses, and Hector the dog. Donkey Donkey's master was the kindest man in the village. Look at his face. Donkey Donkey loved thistles for his dinner, and there were a lot of them near the little stream across the meadow. Yet in spite of all that, Donkey Donkey was not happy. One day he was drinking with Pat at the stream. He saw Pat's head and I'm sorry, I can't read. He saw Pat's head and his own in the water. He thought Pat was so beautiful with his small ears, and he's so ridiculous with his long ones, that he became very sad and would not eat anymore. I think there's some subliminal messages in this book about depression and self-hate.
And anorexia.
Yeah. And anorexia and all that.
And
yourself. Donkey Donkey at last went to see Hector. Hector was a very clever dog. That's not what it said. Should I start over reading this? No. Okay. Donkey Donkey at least went to see Hector. Read this part, right? Donkey Donkey at last went to see Hector. Hector was very clever. He knew all sorts of tricks. He could tell his right paw from his left paw, and so on. Surely his advice would be good. There's Hector, advising the crying donkey. You poor donkey, said Hector. I know what's wrong with you. With your ears up like that, you resemble a sailboat. Keep your ears down, as I do. And in this picture, the donkey looks Asian. See how funny I would look with my ears up? It looks like he's got a bunch of pubes for ears. That's it, Donkey Donkey. Put them down. Now they look almost as nice as mine, and Pat will be jealous that he can't do that. The donkey looks really sly and like, yeah. Look at that guy. Look at him. And Donkey Donkey was happy again. He went trotting around the farm like a little colt. Oh my god, he's fucking nuts. But poor Donkey Donkey, how his friends laughed when they saw him. His friends are very nice. Look at this cow. Look at the cow. Silly donkey, said Fuzzy Fuzzy the lamb. These names are so creative. Why do you believe believe what Hector says. There's only one way to wear your ears. Look at me! Doesn't everyone say I am pretty? Her ears are sideways. And she's also made of pubes. And look at Phoebe the goat! Everyone likes goats. This is actually a pretty decent goat picture, I think. And Fanny the cow! Of course the cow's named Fanny. I'm the cow. Okay. And look at the farmer's brother! Look at the farmer's brother! Do you see how they all put their ears on the side? So many people cannot be wrong, Donkey Donkey. Donkey Donkey was impressed. He let Fuzzy Fuzzy fix his long ears. Now, said the lamb, you are beautiful. Wait, let's fetch a mirror. There's the lamb fixing the donkey's ears. Donkey Donkey agreed that he did look dainty. Naomi, the hen, said the mirror flattered him, but she had a bad disposition, and of course she would say that. Why would the hen have a bad disposition? There's a donkey looking at himself in a really elaborate mirror on a farm. So Donkey Donkey went away again, happy although somewhat doubtful, as you can see by his expression. Does this expression look doubtful to you? This is the stable door with a scythe hanging on a big nail, and Donkey Donkey was just about to enter. There's a scythe. He entered as usual, but unfortunate Donkey, the wicked nail met his ear and pierced it painfully. How does that even happen?
What's yours?
Oh, right, because his ears are sideways, so Donkey's like, oops. Donkey Donkey was sadder than ever. He cried all night long. It was very unpleasant for his friends. They could not sleep. They were quite angry with him. There's the donkey crying in the dark and all the animals hating him. It reminds me of when you would like do those weird things at night and I would hate you for it. The next day, Donkey Donkey decided to consult Rosa, the mother pig. She was not known to be very clever. She ate and slept so much. But she was a very honest person. Rosa listened attentively to Donkey Donkey's grievances. There's the mother pig. Let me think, she said, and she closed her eyes to think more deeply. But pigs have slow minds. Donkey Donkey waited a long time. She counted up to 100, but Rosa was still thinking. I suspect, in fact, that she just went to sleep. Donkey's face. At last, she opened her eyes and she said, Donkey Donkey, I don't know much about making people look prettier, but I can give you some practical advice. The idea of wearing ears up and down and sideways is all foolishness. When they are up, the wind and rain can get in them, and when they are down, you can't hear, and when they are sideways, well, you know what happens. God. Next one. But if you keep them in front, like mine, then you don't need an umbrella, what? I'm really bad at reading. But if you keep them in front like mine, then you don't need an umbrella. You laugh at the sun and at the rain, and you can hear well. Ah, ah. That's what it says. And Rosa, who had never spoken so much in her life, went to sleep. There's a donkey. I don't know what the relevance of the donkey having an umbrella tied to his hoof is to this part of the story.
You don't need that.
But she says you don't need it, so why does he have it?
She's just giving you an example.
Donkey Donkey tried it out once. He thought it was a really good idea. There's Donkey trying to put his ears forward, and the sun's like, I can't see it, whatever. 2 days later, there was a lot of wind and rain. Pat caught... Who's Pat? Oh yeah, Pat's a horse. Pat doesn't have anything to do with a horse. Sorry, okay. Pat caught cold and had the mumps. Great grammar. He had to stay in for a week. He was much ashamed. Donkey Donkey did not catch cold. He was delighted, although he felt sorry for Pat, of course. But, ... This is to show the inconvenience of wearing one's ears in front and of being unable to see the sun and other things up in the air. The inconvenience is he didn't see and he knocked. God damn it, where is it? Knocked the guy off the ladder. Okay, it went from talking about a sick horse to the inconvenience of forward ears. Mr. Jones, the farmer, was painting his house. His ladder, being too old, broke. Mr. Jones fell. He fell on Donkey Donkey's head, and they both fell to the ground. And ... Donkey Donkey was very ill. The doctor was called in. He bandaged his wounds, and he pulled his tongue. He felt his pulse. He put him on a scale, he listened to his breathing, and then he gave him some bad-tasting medicine with a spoon. This is all the doctor things the doctor did. There's him bandaging, pulling his tongue, checking his pulse, weighing him, and groping him, and feeding him achy medicine. Donkey Donkey's wounds were soon healed, but he was still unhappy about his ears. Everything he tried had failed. As he was brooding over these sad things, Daniel the little sparrow perched on the nearby fence. He said, "Donkey Donkey, silly lamb." What? That's not what I meant to say. He said, "Donkey Donkey, silly donkey, you aren't a dog, you aren't a lamb, you aren't a pig, you are a donkey. Keep your ears up as the donkeys do." Twit, 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 and Daniel flew swiftly away. What a wise bird. What a nice book. I like this book. Donkey Donkey was astonished, but he was delighted when a little girl passing by with her father said, "Oh, Daddy, see the pretty little donkey? His ears are so beautiful." And from that day, Donkey Donkey kept his ears up. He enjoyed eating thistles again, and he became the happiest of donkeys. This little girl has got the creepiest animal. Can you see it?
It's a possum.
How do you know it's a possum? Because it kind of does look like a possum. And the story is finished. That was Donkey Donkey, everyone.